Welcome to this live all about strategically using our clients' emotions to help them with their breakthroughs, to help them get the results that they desire, and of course, doing this in a safe manner. So we are just going to begin. What I'm going to talk about here are three distinct things. So, first, what to avoid whenever we use emotions or anything really to do with any emotion that our clients give us. Number two, what to do to really help our clients. And also, number three, how to ensure that our clients are safe when exploring these emotions. And so let's begin. What do we want to avoid whenever our clients come to us with a lot of emotions? Maybe they're talking or we're exploring some of their beliefs and they're getting very emotional. So, what I used to do is I laugh now, but what I used to do was be too much of like an FBI investigator about it. And what this means is that, when a client will come to me and they'll have say that they will have a memory because I was trained in regression type hypnotic techniques. So they'll have a memory and then we'll explore the memory. And I'm like, okay, so what do you feel? And what else? And what else? What else? What else? What else? And looking back now, that's not really very helpful for our clients. Sure, it's good for them to get that out, but what I ended up having was like this laundry list of emotions that I didn't really know what to do with, right? Because as we know, it's not really enough to just have our clients say what emotions there is. It definitely helps with like naming and taming it and becoming less sensitized to the fear of having those emotions, but also at the same time how to process the emotions and the linkage of what the mind has done with regards to these emotions and their actual presenting problem is the skill set that I was lacking just because I wasn't taught where I was where I was trained. And so really, what you wanna avoid doing was be an FBI investigator about it, right? And being way too cognitive with the emotions because that's what I was doing. Again, that's just how I was taught where, I would have my clients give me an emotion. So for example, it's fear and anxiety, and shame. So for example, they felt fear, shame, and anxiety within whatever that memory. And it was like a lot more like head type cognitive work and saying, okay, so but does it make sense? When you were six that you felt that fear, does it make sense that you felt ashamed? Yes, does it make sense that you were anxious at that time? Like, sure, that can definitely help, but like it's not enough to actually process where that emotion is stored within their nervous system and in their bodies, right? So we really want to avoid being too cognitive. We want to avoid being like an investigator, FBI investigator with a laundry list of emotions that we don't want, and also forcing clients into the emotions, right? That ties in with the investigator phase of like, what is it? Well, what is it? What is it? And then our clients may not have, enough time to ponder what they're actually feeling and really feel that in their bodies. So what we want to do is attune to our client instead, which leads us to the second point of what do you do? So a client comes in and maybe even if you have regressive techniques and they're feeling all of these emotions when revisiting a memory, then what you want to do is really first of all really support that client at that moment in time, and what you want to do is place your client's attention on what they are feeling. Inside our advanced conversational hypnosis trainings, we have this method called um the emotional trance method. That for some reason that left my my mind for a sec. So we use the ETM, which is the emotional trance method, where we specifically have a process to help your clients process the emotion. So what is that for you? How can you place your client's attention on that feeling instead of making them to just cognitively feel our emotions? Because as we know, our emotions are felt in our body, not just our brains, right? We feel these emotions in our body. So how can you help your clients pay attention to their internal experience of that emotion instead of just talking about it, right? And so doing that is going to be very, very, very much more profound. It is what actually helps our client to let go of those emotions and change the narrative around those emotions by placing their attention on it and getting them to just be in it for however long they need to be in. So really, really simple. You're just going to utilize it, right? So for example, client comes and they have trouble sleeping and they come to you because they want to better their sleep. And for example, they go to sleep and they are just very stressed out as soon as they go to bed. Now we can tell them all the different ways as to, like they can do restorative yoga and all of those things. We can give them a conscious stuff, which are important because they also need to know what to do. But when they're in that moment, right before they're going to bed and they're very stressed, they're very anxious, you want to really ask them what is happening in that moment. Like, what is that internal experience for them? Because it is through exploring that internal experience that they actually not only shift it, let go of it, but also find the best resources and best action steps that are unique for them to help them to move forward, to actually help them fall asleep faster. And so definitely very, very simple. Like there's really no bells and whistles to this inside the advanced conversational hypnosis trainings. We keep it very, very simple because it works. And why make it harder for ourselves, right? Sometimes these bells and whistles techniques really just overcomplicates things and misses out on the actual thing that helps our clients, which is to just place our clients' attention and on their internal experience with regards to that emotion. That is a principle. Right. So what is hypnosis? Us guiding our clients' attention to the things that actually matter. So when using the emotions, place their attention on those emotions. Very simple, right? And that's really it. And so for the third point, how can we ensure that our clients are safe when it comes to feeling their emotions? Because sometimes our clients might not feel safe, right? And so, inside our trainings, that's why we talk about the ab reaction protocol a lot, even though it's very, 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 very rare. We want to prevent that from happening, right? And so we want to be able to catch when our clients are about to ab react and pull them back in because it's not really necessary. It's very distressing for the clients, and there are other more pleasant ways to give them the breakthrough. So um have a refresher on that. If you're finding that your clients are very prone to have these big intense emotional reactions, look at your past trainings and see if they have anything with regards to the ab reaction protocol. I didn't receive that, which is funny because we did regressions and re-traumatization was very was pretty common, but we weren't taught that, which is quite funny, very interesting. But anyway, reframe, re oh my god, I cannot talk today. Um, Revisit inside your trainings. But really, the most simple thing that you can do today with regards to that is that, when we are in these sessions, we become the co-regulator for our clients, right? It's easier, especially if it's a client who has trouble feeling their emotions, it's easier for them to actually feel their emotions when someone else is present with them that they trust. So you want to ask yourself, what is the trust like between me and this client now? And, personally, how can you become a solid co-regulator for your clients? What are the practices that you do before, during, and after your sessions to ensure that you as a practitioner are in a regulated state? Because our clients can feel that, right? Our clients can feel stress. Stress is contagious. So when you are in a place yourself where you are in a regulated state, then that truly not only helps your clients open up, but it helps them to process their emotions more effectively and safely. So you want to make sure that that happens too. So what is a practice that you do to ensure that you are regulated right before and after, and how can you make that a non-negotiable so that you always apply it in all of your client sessions so that your clients are safe, because safety is a big priority, right? So for me, before my sessions, I do not do anything at least 5 minutes before. And I don't really like, it's not a big routine. It's like it's not a big ritual or anything like that. It's really just very simple, attuning to my own internal state, and then shifting it to a more regulated state. And really, that can happen in as little as like 15 to 30 seconds most days. And obviously, being self aware yourself and taking care of yourself as a practitioner is super duper important, because that can affect how we act within the sessions, of course, but also the results that we provide. So I hope that this helped. Just to summarize, you want to avoid being very investigative with these emotions, like, okay, what else? What else emotions do you feel? Blah 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 blah. Avoid being cognitive with it, like just talking about the emotion. And instead, what you want to do is place your client's attention on those emotions that are happening internally within their bodies, to really help them to transform faster. And of course, make sure that you yourself, as a practitioner, are taking care of yourself and regulating yourself before, during, and after your sessions, and having your own routine to help you with that. And just with these little tiny practices on your own is really what's going to help you to have these faster breakthroughs, have clients who are going to heal very rapidly, process the emotions, and let go of that shit that they've held onto for decades and decades, as well as receive those amazing testimonials for them, not just after, but like years and months after, because that has been extremely true with regards to my advanced conversational hypnosis sessions. So take action on these three things. They're very, very small, but can be very, very powerful to yourself, your clients, and your hypnosis practice moving forward. So if you have any questions at all, let me know, and I will see you next week.